ほう、向かってくるのか。逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。
近づかなきゃてめえをぶちのめせないんでな。
ほうほう。では十分近づくがよい。
I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4.
Subscribe! If Elsa and Jojo had a baby, you'd get this bombastic, ice-slicing, Jojo-posing Ice Queen. Meet Sanhua, the glacial resonator who wields a sword with chilling precision. Sanhua's poses could put even Jotaro to shame. Her abilities revolve around creating ice fields and detonating them through a timing minigame in her Forte meter, which gets easier with increasing clarity. Just make sure you're aiming in the right direction. I'm Suka, and I'm here to help you let it go. Hey everyone, today we're diving into Sanhua's icy moveset, and it's packed with some really cool mechanics. First up, Sanhua's frigid light basic attack is a 5-part combo. When you land that 5th hit, you get a stack of clarity. More on that in a bit. Her heavy attack triggers a timing minigame in her Forte meter. If you miss the shiny blue bars, she'll slice up everything in front of her, ending with a gut stab. But if you hit those shiny blue bars, she'll dash forward with a powerful slash that cuts through everything in her path and adds a special effect, which we'll cover soon. Her air attack, an AoE slam straight to the ground. Her intro attack deals damage, which gives you a stack of clarity, and sets up a special field called the Ice Thorn, which is key to her Forte circuit. Her outro buffs the next Resonator's basic attack damage by 38%, which is pretty solid. Sanhua's resonance skill Eternal Frost sends out an air blade to create an ice prism on the ground, and gives you another stack of clarity. Her liberation skill called Glacial Glaze deals damage leaving behind a glacier, and gives you 2 stacks of clarity. Alright. I know I've been mentioning terms like Clarity, Ice Thorn, Ice Prism, and Glacier, but let's break it down in her Forte circuit, where we'll have to put it all together in one of the fastest rotations I've seen in any Resonator. Ice Thorn, Prism, and Glacier all leave behind large paths of icicles on the ground, which you can detonate for massive damage by hitting the bright blue bars in the heavy attack timing minigame. But here's the catch. You need to slice through the fields you leave behind to detonate them. Alternatively, if you unlock Sanhua's resonance chain to the 5th sequence slot, the ice fields will detonate on their own, so no precision slicing required. But Suka, you ask me, those tiny blue bars are so small, it's hard to time it right in the middle of battle. How do I make it easier? Great question. Remember those stacks of clarity? Clarity makes the bright blue bars bigger and easier to hit, and you can stack up to 2 levels of clarity, covering almost half of the Forte circuit. So if you still can't hit that, well, we might have a bigger issue to address. So as a super cracked sub DPS with the ability to buff the team, her best rotation would be Intro, Liberation, Skill, Heavy Attack for the Forte timing meter, Echo, and Switch Out. I'll explain why we used Echo last later. The main strategy here is to get Sanhua on the field, lay down on her ice fields, detonate them as fast as possible. This way you can switch to another DPS to keep up the damage. It's straightforward and super fast. If you're using her as your main DPS, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and share your rotation and how you use her in your team. Sanhua's best weapon by far is the 5-star Emerald of Genesis, featuring a crit rate main stat and offering fantastic energy regen and attack boost. For 4 stars, you can go with the Commando of Conviction, which is the top choice all-rounder sword for like every Resonator. It boosts attack after an intro, which is perfect for starting Sanhua's rotation as a sub DPS. If you don't have Commando of Conviction, then the Lunar Cutter is a great secondary option. It boosts attack, but the buff decreases the longer the Resonator stays in the field. Luckily, Sanhua's rotation is so fast that you won't really lose the buff. Now, you might think I'd recommend the Freezing Frost Echo set as her best, but that's only true if she's your main DPS. If so, go for it. However, I believe she shines as a sub DPS. The best set for that role is Moonlit Cloud. She gets energy regen, and the damage boost from the 4-cost Echo Impermanence Heron, and the attack boost from the Moonlit 5 set bonus makes it an incredible set to buff your main DPS, like Encore, for example, to deal amazing damage. For the 4-cost Impermanence Heron, aim for crit damage or crit rate, with offensive substats like energy regen, crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. For 3-cost Echoes, glacial damage main stat, and for 1-cost Echo, prioritize attack percent. As a perfect sub DPS, when Sanhua is equipped with a Moonlit Cloud set, she provides some fantastic buffs. A basic attack boost for 14 seconds or until the character switches, a damage boost from the Impermanence Heron for 15 seconds, an attack boost for the next Resonator for 15 seconds. Now these buffs offer a significant boost to the main DPS, the broad nature of these buffs focusing on overall damage, making them useful for any Resonator. Sanhua pairs perfectly with someone like Encore. Thanks to Sanhua's fast rotation, you can switch cancel during Encore's implosion charge, quickly run through Sanhua's rotation and switch back to Encore to keep up damage, as well as giving her some more buffs. Another great partner is Ling Yang, who benefits from extended field time and makes full use of the basic attack buff and the additional damage bonuses Sanhua provides. So an example of a team composition that I would probably use, you start with Verena to set up her buffs. She builds up Concerto very quickly, so then you can switch to Sanhua, get her buffs off, and then switch to Encore. And then when Encore is doing her implosion, switch back to Sanhua, and then, rinse and repeat. Do whatever you need to do. Yeah, that's all for me. I'd love to hear what you're planning with your Sanhua. Are you using her as the main DPS, a sub DPS, or in a specific team composition? Leave a comment down below, like the video. Also, we're doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers, so tell your friends and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.